We've got a couple of trades open. Welcome to the live stream. Check this out. Ethereum short position, up 14%, $30,000 allocation. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter what the market conditions are, howtotradeai.com will find a setup no matter what conditions are present. And you can see even on a dead Sunday, we're up 12% on this Ethereum position. I'm hoping Link can actually trigger a couple of my buy limit orders because I would like to get a better short position. I feel like my entry for Ethereum is solid at 1,957, just shy of the 2K break even. Look, I don't think that Ethereum is ready to break 2K. I think we first need a confirmation from the futures markets. And so far the NASDAQ is up slightly, but nothing really across the board. Look at our live board. Not even one stock in after hours is moving volatile enough for us to even trigger an alert. But we've got Link, BCH, and Ethereum on the board with D grades. So who do we have here on the live stream today? It looks like we've got a dozen viewers here. Good to have y'all. Platinum on the board. That's a rare setup. We got to update this. We're going to be vibe coding. I did a lot of cool stuff to our platform and to our algo. And I'll share some of that with you here in just a second. All right, it says update available. Tap to refresh. All right, let's tap to refresh. All right, there it is. So I added a couple of upgrades to that. This wants to refresh too. Boom. So a couple of features. Here, I'll ask Claude actually. Hey, Claude, could you summarize all of the features that we built today so that I can tell the live viewers? We got a lot that happened today. I already maxed out a Fable 5, and it's not even Monday. I mean, it reset for me today. Isn't that crazy? So I'm hoping this Ethereum short could come to fruition. We can get back under 1900 for even a short period of time. But overall, you guys know I'm pretty bullish about the cryptocurrency market, and I enjoy the long positions more. And so I'm not usually, like you won't see me at a 6-figure allocation on a short position in the crypto market right now specifically. Just because at any point we could see a massive reversion to the mean, and that could spike price up. So check this out. We did a lot of stuff today. Today, here are a couple of updates on the app, just so that you guys can see what we're working on. I'll show it to you guys right here. So essentially, we'll do a window capture. Get Claude on here. Okay. So you can see here, the tranche ladder, that was a big one. So now on the app, you can actually, it gives you the exact levels and the position in order to add into your position. So I guess the best way to do this is to just zoom in like this. So you got the tranche ladder. So open any position and see your rungs, exact prices for each planned add, anchor to your entry and your stop, so the prices never move. One tap rests a limit order at any price, no typing the number back in. So I don't know why it's referring to it as rungs, but basically the take profit feature as well as the adding to position feature is now automated. And then you have sizing, you can actually read. Coach got smarter and fair, small, more transparency with our win rate. So yeah, those are a couple of little updates. I think it would be funner to just show you them. So here, I'll show you some of the updates here. So if we switch over to this viewpoint, what you'll see here is the app. And so what I mean by adding to position is now, like let's say I have my Ethereum trade right here, right? I can open it up, and now I have this little area here where it says 4 stops, 4 targets. I can open this, and it'll show me all of the entries that I had, the amount of Ethereum in that position. If there's any leftovers, I can clean it up. And you can't see the feature on right now because I already added to all of the entries here. That's how I got such a good Ethereum entry, by the way. It's because of this system. You can see I used up all of my entries. And because I followed the rules, like what I've realized using my own app is as long as you're in the green here, like the coach is saying you're doing a good job and you're constantly adding up positive points, then you know you're doing well and actually making money too. Like you're actually profiting, right? So you'll notice that here. And so, you know, moving stop to break even, we can execute that. You know, I'm just not too fond of putting my order on the order books right now since I'm monitoring the trade, but I would probably hit that if I wasn't so focused on the books. This is another thing we added. Look at this thing down here, open orders. So basically you can go down here and see all of the open orders, and it'll tell you if these are just stops and targets or if this is like an actual potential entry that you're trying to make. You can see with Link, I have my entry here. And so I'm aware of that. And so with Link, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm trying to get a better entry here. So that's how I got such a good entry on Ethereum. It was using this feature. So you can see there's another entry I haven't even set yet at $8.93. That's tranche 4, the last one. I can rest that order, and then I can now set the size in terms of cash. So I can say, hey, like, I want to put another 400 cash in here at 10x leverage, which is going to give me $4,000 in allocation. Oh, but my coach is saying that that's not a good idea because it's yellow. So see, this is where you have to see why. Link is still red. So this is a rescue and not a ladder. And the ledger takes profits off for it. If the level deserves size, it deserves a fresh setup with its own stuff. You're also short ETH and Sol, which is the same crypto beta bet in a different wrapper. 234% of your account already. So it's telling you not to take the trade. But do you see what I'm saying? Like, you see how important that was? It literally is telling me don't take the trade. It's like, hey, Naeem, this is not the trade to take. Like, isn't that really cool? And so like, you don't even have to read it. It's color coded. So if it's not green, you know that there's an issue. The coach is saying like, hey, before you take that action, you might want to reconsider it. And so if it's red, it's like, heck no. This is way against the rules. If it's a yellow, it's like, hey, you should question this. And then if it's a green, it's like a go. And so you're meant to always see the greens. And so, you know, maybe if I adjust this allocation, like what if I did 1%? It said good instinct cutting this to a fraction of what you hold. Link is still red, so this is a rescue and not a ladder, and the ledger takes points off for it. If the level deserves size, it deserves a fresh setup with its own stuff. You're also short ET. So it's basically saying, I don't want you getting in this position. Even if I go down to like $1 of allocation, let's see what it says. So no way is it saying it's a green. Now let's say I go into Sol, which is currently doing its thing, and I go to rest order. Maybe this one is green, let's see. Sol's aged off the board, so the setup that got you in is gone. Your stop at 80 still stands. All right, what if I lowered allocation? No. So it's basically saying don't get in. So I'm not gonna do anything. It shouldn't show here. No reason to add into my position right now. So that's the cool thing about having the AI coach is you're able to like really optimize yourself and make sure you're not making any bad decisions. So we have Link, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash on the board, showing some volatility. But what do you guys think about that? Pretty cool feature, right? I'm thinking of whether or not I want to do something here where, like, maybe I should be able to add into my position right now and it should reinforce it. Because, I mean, really, like, if it's a small position, it's not that big of a deal. And I don't already have much inside of this, especially this soul position, there's not enough in this position. And so I think I want to change this. So I'm going to change this rule. And I'm going to ask AI. So I'll screenshot this, put it into Claude, and then I'll show it this as well. Hey Claude, so I have a Solana position that's open with a very small allocation. I was basically just like dipping my toes inside of a Solana allocation. And so I have such a small allocation, and because my Ethereum short is doing so well, I'm thinking of adding to my Solana position, but the coach is telling me that it's already off the board. It's not giving me a route to have green. And so what are your thoughts on that? I mean, just look at the situation. Like, would it make sense that it would encourage it since the position's already open, I already have exposure? Or is it right in the fact that it's leaning me towards not taking action here? What do you guys think? Should I change that prompt or is that good? Does that fix it? And on a side note, can you ensure that it's always allocating the max amount for the coach to give permission for the trade? So whenever I open a trade or I add to a position, it's always maxing out the cash allocation to what the coach would do to the nearest prime number. Boom. All right, so I'm gonna put this into the AI. So basically, this is how it looks. So we're vibe coding. And then we'll see. Let's see what the AI, let's see what the AI says. Two separate things. One's a judgment call I'll give you my read on, the other is a straight fix. On the soul situation, I won't tell you whether to add. That's your call, and I'm not licensed to make it, but I will say the rule is behaving badly, and here's the mechanical reason. The aged off the board branch is a blanket early return. It fires before the coach evaluates anything else. Before size, before your stop, before your cap. So a disciplined small add on a name you already hold gets the identical discouragement as a reckless one. That's the same. One rule outranks the rest. Pattern, you've caught me on all night. What's actually true in your case, the setup expired. Nothing is grading it, but you're entering stop habit. Those are different facts, and the coach is collapsing them into one verdict, fixing that. Now the max green default on every ticket, including ads and rung tape. Hey, I don't like the phraseology rung. R-U-N-G. I even don't like tranches because I think it's a little too complicated for the beginner trader. So could we simplify the vocabulary? Boom. Let's get this baby rolling. All right. Coming to you from beautiful Southern California. Let's see our live trade on the board. By the way, guys, I wanted to mention this. The Algo is now at 60.5% win rate, and I'm currently at 81.6% win rate. So the Algo is catching up, and we made a huge update today to the Algo. So I just want to make that very clear. And let's see, I think it may have fixed this as well, because we've never seen our interaction with the Algo screen. So let's see if we can change the sensitivity here and see it play around with us. Let's see if it adds setups. Yeah, it's adding and taking away setups. So this is sensitivity. So, oh, another feature, I didn't get to mention this, that we added today. Let me show you guys. This is actually really cool. Check this out. You can now change the sensitivity from your user settings. So howtotradeai.com, for those that haven't signed up yet, get on right now. Because look, if you go to the algorithm tab, you can change your sensitivity now to the algorithm on your own to show more setups. So it gets you off of the flagship Algo and then puts you on an Algo that's actually less sensitive. So it ensures that you're always seeing a setup. You're always gonna have at least one setup, but this gives you even more setups. And I like it because, especially during like Sunday and pre-market, you can actually like get a feel of what's moving in pre-market, in the crypto market, in the commodities markets, because you just start seeing them pop up as graded signals. So that's a really helpful part to it. So yeah, the Algo is starting to compete really well. Let's circle back to Claude and see what Claude has to say to our Algo edits. And we'll have to get this on a better, so you guys can see this better at some point. Maybe if I just, at least for now, fit it to the screen. I think that's fair. And then maybe we can push it just a little bit further. So we're trying to figure out this whole situation. Let's see where we're at. So it's saying both ship done. So one thing I fixed while in there that you'd have hit later, the counting was wrong. Tranche 2 of 4 counted your opening bias tranche 1. So the number never matched the rows. And all right, so let's look at the app now and see how this came out here. So we'll pull up the app. Here's a quick update on our live trade. Let's refresh this page. Okay, let's go into the app and let's say I wanted to add to my SOL position now. Add one. Okay, it looks better. Rest order. I feel like as a trader, I don't even know really what rest order means, but I think it's fair to just say that we can keep it for now. And so why don't we just click it and see how it looks now? And is it gonna give us a green trade? Not yet. This ad puts 22% on SOL at your 10% cap, and SOL has aged off the board. So the setup, like, how is that 20% on SOL? I have only $39. All right, let's see. There's another little issue here. If I put 10%, no. Okay, let's see if this is another bug. And then also, we have to show it the actual position size. Okay, so now I'm getting an error that the position specifically is saying it puts 11% on SOL when I only have $34 in SOL. It's less than 1% of my available cash balance. So why is it now discouraging me here? Is that another issue and a bug? If so, please fix it. Boom. So let's see what Claude says here. Link just flipped positive from the live trade board. Solana's positive too. That's my bug introduced in the aged off branch I shipped 20 minutes ago. I used notional against the cap. Your number is this order against deploying the basis fix. All right, so there was another issue. All right, let's see what it did. Now it's saying, what went wrong? I measured your order in existing position by notional while the allocation cap is calibrated on margin everywhere else in the coach. At 20x, that turns 112 committed cash into a 22% reading. Okay, cool, no big deal. Is this deployed? Please deploy. Okay, let's check it out. It looks like it deployed already. So now if we go to rest order, let's update. And we'll talk about platinum in just a second. I saw that. There you go. 9% on Sol with your stop at 80.16 inside your 10% cap. Sol's aged off the board to the setup that got you in. All right, cool. So now let's say I just wanted to do, obviously we'll do max leverage. This application is built for leverage. But in terms of allocation, I'm thinking like, it doesn't want us going over 10. So we can do a 5% allocation here. And this will be a live order. I'm gonna fix another cosmetic bug. And this is what it takes to ship an app to an app store. Is like you have to get it perfect, right? So, hey Claude, so my issue right now is I have to keep scrolling down to see whether the coach agrees with my allocation because there's so much on the screen. Could we either compact things on the screen more efficiently to where there's not as much scrolling, or potentially reposition where that box of the coach is? Let me know what solutions you have before implementing this. Let's get this cosmetic bug fixed. We're still inside of our Ethereum, Solana, and Link short. I just added to that short position. All right, it's saying, real problem. The verdict that decides whether you tap is the one thing below the fold. 3 options, and I do the first 2 together. Move the coach up next to the controls that change it, size and leverage, instead of below the summary. Compact the summary. 7 rows in the bulk of the scroll, 3 matter, 4 are reference. Sticky bar pinned above the button, heavier, and it covers content. All right, let's see what 3 options it gives us. And in the meantime, we'll look at our live board. You know, interestingly enough, you can see we have platinum on the board right now. That's an interesting trade, huh? But I don't like to trade metals on the weekend, so I'll stay away from that one. I can't see your video, Jay Brown said. Are you good now? You should be able to see it now. It should be working. Tell me if you can't. I'll go verify. Looks good on my end.
I can't.
All right, we got a response from Claude. New ticket order. Two changes. The coach moved up to sit directly under size, price, and leverage. Summary folds. The 3 rows at... Okay, deploy. I'm just gonna say deploy because I trust it, and we should probably do an audit, like a front-end design audit with Fable at some point. Okay, let's refresh this trades. Hey, make sure you guys are on the app, by the way, howtotradeai.com. All right, let's check out how the app looks now. So if we were to go here, let's see what we've got. So now, if I wanted to go here and add to my position, there you go. Nice. Let's see how the coach looks now on the screen. That's a lot better, right? Yeah, it looks a lot better. Much better. Okay, beautiful. Well, we diagnosed the app there, thank God. You know, and that's what I spend most of my time doing right now, is just working on this app. Like, I really believe this is a game changer. And, you know, for me, I've only won using this app. Like, it's been phenomenal. Let's check out our live trade. I wouldn't mind adding it to my Solana. I don't know about platinum. Let's look at the chart. Oh my gosh. That looks like a money chart. You see this back and forth? I don't mind that. I like seeing the back and forth. Matter of fact, we can even pop the chart up like this. But platinum's not going to show, unfortunately. Maybe we should add a commodity section to this. So here, let's ask Claude. Hey, could we add a commodity section to the stock portion since there's so much room there and it's not really being utilized properly? All right, let's see if Claude can fix this. And once again, for those that just tuned in, if you look at our algo, it is starting to actually compete with me. It's at 60 point. It went from a 45% to 60.5% win rate in 24 hours. So now, mind you, we made some adjustments to it, but yeah, that's happening right now as we speak. It's saying good call. The column is dead space for 11 hours a day, and commodities trade nearly around the clock. Checking what's available to put it there. All right. Commodity rows are emitted. They're being dropped downstream by the sensitivity filter. Same shape as the stocks bug earlier. Fixing narrowly, then re-rendering them. There you go. Now I've got it on the stream deck. So now we can be like in and out. Ooh. All right. We got the live trades. That's the main one here, huh? Let's pull this one up. Boom. All right, let's watch Claude. Day 2, nice scenes. Thank you, Sigma. I appreciate that, bro. What's up? Make sure you're on the app, howtotradai.com. Come on, man. Get on there. All right, we got a new app update. Let's see what we got now. Boom. I'm not sure what it did though. Let's check. Now rendering them in the empty stocks column. Oh, we've been waiting for this one. So the live board. All right, let's see. So now we're gonna have commodities pop up here. Ooh! Yes or no? Do we keep it or do we leave it? Or do we throw it away? Do we keep it or do we throw it away? What do you guys think? I kind of like it. I like it a lot, actually. Live. Do commodities really trade like that? Because they have their own futures markets, but I mean, with Hyperliquid, everything's 24/7. So would you consider it kind of like a stock on Hyperliquid or what? I mean, regardless, I like seeing it there, and then I like seeing the U.S. stock markets closed. I think this is good. You know, another feature that I added today is the after hours volatility of the stock. Sigma says he like it. He likes it. Here, let's try to do. Hey, Claude, could you confirm right now that there's no stock market picks up even with the algorithm at 0.50 sensitivity? Because I currently don't see any, and I really like what you did with the commodities screen. I think it's nice. My question is, if a stock does start becoming volatile in pre-market or aftermarket, is that going to show up on the board as well, on the little top portion? And another question is, do commodities kind of like trade as though they are stocks on Hyperliquid? Is that why you're considering them live 24/7? Like, do they truly have a live price? Because traditionally, the way I've traded is they do have opening and closing times, but obviously with Hyperliquid, everything is 24/7. So let me know what your thoughts are. All right. But I like it a lot. Sigma said, good luck on stream. Thank you, bro. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I don't even care about the stream as much as I care about building the app. Because to me, like, I like to come downstairs, see all of my positions on my television screen, and I just enjoy the app and using it to trade and being on the go. Like, it literally saves me so much time. Like, I'm not spending hours researching the markets, looking at charts, doing any of that anymore. I just make the final decision. It gives me the entry, the target, the stop. It tells me when to trade. Anytime I want to trade, there's always a setup ready for me. And so it's like, it just makes things so much easier. So I'm improving the app for myself more than anything. It's not even for, you know, anybody else but myself. And I think that's how it's going to turn into such a great product for you guys. And that's why, if you're not on there already, get on there, howtotradai.com, because I was actually messing around with the free version today and improving that. So I added a lot of improvements on the free version today. Let's see what it's saying here. Confirmed on all three. 0 stock picks, not because of sensitivity. When you say there's no provable price, do you not have a feed that's 24/7 for stocks? Because can't we just use Hyperliquid? Or other perpetual contracts that represent the price of the asset? Preferably the more liquid ones. It says pre-market, after hours volatility, split answer. Everything else other than the stocks on Hyperliquid, it says no and deliberately. Nothing can price them out of the session, so they stay null rather than inventing a number. What? One caveat worth of your after hour stock switchgate this off equals no stocks at all while shut even the commodities on Hyperliquid USDs, right? There are perps on HLXYZ DEX and they just quote them continuously. There's a real distinction in the app already encodes. So generally live price, but not always a generally live market. While COMEX is open, the perp tracks real futures tape. Overlooking it keeps quoting, but that's Oracle perp drift on a thin book, not precedent. That's why the app won't grade a weekend commodity move as a fadeable extreme, and why the coach ambers an entry with it can gap when the underlining reopens. Your traditional road is the correct one. HL doesn't rule the session, just keeps the price on the screen, the banner on the news says. Okay. Found it, you were right to push. The Hyperliquid feed is live and working. Look. Oh wow, both numbers are right there and change. Come back. I have 24/7 feed you're ascribing, and we're simply not computing the move from it. That's why every stock reads no and why. Oh, two paths and the key names are. Oh, what? Look, I just gave it such a great solution. Basically, what it was just saying is, like, hey, like we haven't been quoting prices outside of what COMEX or whatever the exchange is giving us, and that's only during business hours. And you're trying to get Hyperliquid pricing, and I'm just like, well, why aren't you just looking at the prices at Hyperliquid? And now it's like, oh my gosh, breakthrough, which is crazy because you'd think AI is smarter than that. I might need to get on Fable instead of Opus 5. Huh. So let's see what it does. You're right, and pushing on this exposes a real inversion. Let me check which names are actually getting the slots. Found it, and you're right to push. The Hyperliquid feed is live. I need to correct myself. My probe was wrong, not the feed, the payload. All right, let's see what it does. Let's check on our live trade. All right, let's see what it's saying here. Is it me or did Tron just get on the board? We just got Tron on the board. Look at that. And that's the first long position. Let's check it out. It's the first long position. That's what I've been waiting for. I don't want a long Tron though, unless there's immaculate structure, then maybe. Maybe. Let's look at the chart. It must be immaculate structure. Why is this chart taking so long? All right, there you go. How does that look? Entry, the target's in the middle of nowhere. The stop loss is in the middle of nowhere. Is it gonna go to 30 cents or 35 cents? It's at 32 cents. That looks so sketchy. Okay, I think I have a alarm going off. We might have to wrap up the stream. Sounds like a fire alarm. One second. I don't know what's going on. There's a fire alarm. What do I do? I don't see a fire. Everybody looks fine. I don't see anything happening. I think we're good. There is a mermaid in the pool. What the heck? That's a little crazy. You guys want to see mermaid? I can show you mermaid, watch. Tell me if you see mermaid. Here, I have a better way of showing. Watch this. Hit the like button if you see mermaid. I think we're gonna have to take a closer look at this trade. I'm gonna get on my trading view chart. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Why is Tron bullish? What the heck? Why? How long has it been bullish? Are you kidding me? There's no way. Wow. Tron has done well. Okay. Well, if that's the case, let's get in. Quarter size with the stop said this is a doctor in play. That's not a quarter size, buddy. Hey Claude, it's saying this is a quarter size, but in reality it's just 1%. Why? Oh, we got some interesting stuff on Claude right now. Look at this. Handoff is final and pushed. Oh. Okay, 1 second. Okay, we're back. Priceable is now the tiebreak. Worth noting, my first attempt was. Okay, I'm just gonna deploy it. Here's our live trade. We just entered a Tron long position. See, but now I have Ethereum short, Link short, Tron long. Solana short. I probably want to do something about this. Oh look, now we've got some other cool stuff coming on the board. Look at this. Applied Materials stock. It's got on the board up 2.8%. So like, you see what I'm talking about? Now I know the stocks are starting to move. It's like, okay, cool. That's good to know. Claude, to get this straight, are we going to be able to see the commodities here on this screen as well, or is it just going to be stocks? But I love that there's an after-hours stock here. Broadcom on the board. I apologize. I've got a fire alarm going off. I'm waiting for this to shut off, but as soon as it shuts off, we can continue with our stream. Coming to you from Southern California. Mind me. I'm gonna put this volume down. I will increase this Tron position if we continue to drop. So the plan is this. We let the Ethereum position drop with the market, drop all the other altcoins, get that baby up to take profit one. And then from there, we've got our TRX position that's gonna be reloading itself. I've got a $1,000 allocation versus my Ethereum at $30,000 allocation. I'll flip it, and then I'll put the 30 in TRX, and then TRX is gonna shoot back up to the moon because overall, my expectation is that the market goes up. So that's my expectation. Like the crypto market goes up. From here, below the 200-week moving average, we go up. I'm not, like, we're not going to hell. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, my fire alarm, I'm still dealing with. all right. We are back in business. We have it in, and I just increased my allocation as well on one of our trades here. Let me go ahead and fix something really quick. Hey Claude, visually this isn't aesthetic. It's not like the crypto. I think they should match. All right. So there's the live board, and then we have the live trades. So this is where we gotta. Look at that. I just added into my position, dead PC. I added into the link position, so now it's a $10,000 allocation. I think we can see link drop a little further. And it's trying to hit a $9 big even. I just want everything to go back to where it was on Saturday. That's all I'm asking for. I just want things to go back to where they were on Saturday. Oh, what is this view? We got a beautiful sunset. Look at that. All right, check this out. Live board is going to be updated. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's look at it now. Still not good. It's not spaced. It just doesn't look the same as the crypto side. I really don't like that. Hey Claude, the commodity section just has like almost like a different font, different spacing, and different everything than the crypto side. Could you make them congruent so it just flows? I'll be right back. Remember, we added to our link position, and then I would even add to our Solana position right now, but I'm gonna just stick to link. Let's see where we're at here. Looks like nothing's really moved too much here. All right. Let's see what trades are on the board. There you go. Now that looks good. We got 2 stocks on the board. Let's see where the Algo is at. 60.5% win rate. Let's see what we've got here. Let's look at the live board. I'm reading my Claude. Look at this. Do you guys see that? So my Claude is saying. Please fix any bugs that you see. Positions are still pretty stagnant. You know, sometimes it takes the stairs up and the elevator down. So when you're shorting, you can expect things to happen quick. So oftentimes just being in the positive is where you want to start, and then from there it's getting to the point where you start riding that wave. It's kind of like surfing. You're just waiting there for the wave, and then at some point or another the wave comes, and you take the wave and you ride it as far as you possibly can. That's what the short positions are like. So these are our live positions right now. That's what we've got. All right, position's moving. Link is moving. That's good. I just added to that position. I'm at 42,500 in total exposure of capital, but you know, it's probably half of what I typically do. I like to go long. It's interesting that the TRX long is starting to move as well. Let's see. Inverse positions, huh? All right, we have a new update to the app. Let's check it out. Look at the live board. You got AMAT, applied materials up 3% after hours trading. Natural gas is down. I heard something about the war being over. I mean, it's like every single day there's another story, right? By the way, here's the Algo. Still hasn't beaten me yet, but it's 60% versus my 80% right now. We'll see. We just added to this link position.
Do the initial test here, and then I'll probably make a review video on it. I had no idea that you could even use this with the plan. Quen 3.8 is massively subsidized, 10x usage on all their plans. Oh shoot. Okay. All right. Well, let's test it, guys. Let's test it. No. Yes, you can steal my data. That's fine. Okay, I got it. First account. Okay. All right, Quen 3.8, guys. Get the $20 plan. I'm gonna start out with the $6 plan, then we'll go from there. We'll just kind of see what we can get. Quen 3.8. I mean. Quen in general is like, I mean, isn't Alibaba like the leading Chinese company right now? I guess I'll do the initial test here.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap up here, but these are my positions, and I will most likely be closing some of these towards the end of the night. So stock market's open tomorrow, gonna be an early day, and so appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you, snipers. Remember to like the video and download howtotradeai.com if you haven't already. With that being said, snipers.